but okay.
Hey, Genderqueer Chat, Joe here. This is my sibling, Anne-Marie.
Hi.
She's never been on camera with us before because I missed the Friends Week. That was the week I was sick, I think. So she just happens to be visiting, and Mom's here too. Say hi, Mommy.
Hi, Mommy.
The whole family to do this week's topic. Am hasn't even, I call her Am, even though her name's Anne-Marie. Oh, by the way, do you like calling me your sibling or your sister?
Your sibling is good.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny.
Can you see how we are totally different?
I don't know what the topic is. You didn't tell me there was a topic.
Okay, there's always a topic. This week's topic is, do you think trans and genderqueer people should be lumped into the LGBTQ acronym? What do you think of that?
Society has a long way to go before, especially American society. They're kind of backward there. They're not enlightened like Canadians.
There we go, okay.
And so I guess they're putting all non-mainstream people under one umbrella.
That's what someone I think on this channel said this week. Okay, so I don't know how I feel about it being lumped under the umbrella because I don't identify as L, G, or B, or T. Or Q, really, for that matter.
I'm a constant mess. I am.
Okay, ignore my mother. We're all in a goofy mood. I'm sorry about this. I don't know that it should be. I know I did a video about this a couple months back, and it was about how. And here comes Stanley. Sorry, remember everything stops for Stanley. Have you found? But I do agree with my sister, not my sibling, my sister.
You can also call me your sibling.
I know.
You don't always have to reference the gender.
My mother's blowing farts in the background. Just ignore this family reunion. Okay.
The family dynamic.
Because I don't identify as trans, I don't think of myself as T under the T umbrella. I think genderqueer is its own unique identity because it's gender related and not sex related. Not that trans is either, but because L and G and B relate to sexuality.
Right.
And T and, well, G isn't even in here, but genderqueer relates to gender, which has nothing to do with sexuality. They are separate, but like Am said, all non-mainstream things to do with your sexuality or your gender kind of get put under that umbrella. Have you found that your interactions explaining your gender identity with other people under this LGBTQ umbrella have been positive or negative? Do you remember we were with Lila a few weeks ago? Mm-hmm. And I was trying to explain genderqueer to her, and she didn't get it. And Lila's like the queerest person I know. She was queer of the year, and she didn't even get it. And I think a lot of people in the LGBTQ world have never heard of the word genderqueer. You're in the LGBTQ world.
Yes, I am. Yes.
What do you think of genderqueer?
I had never considered it until it became an issue in your life. In my siblings' life.
Right. And so
I never gave it much thought at all. I don't know anyone. Well, I have since met people.
But when I explain it to you, you typically kind of don't take it too seriously.
You're the one who told me the word tranny was offensive, and I didn't know that.
And I didn't know either until I started watching YouTube.
And now I see. Now I get it.
Yes. But remember when we were at the lesbian wedding last summer?
Right.
Was there... People looked at, you and I both know this, it was kind of like a lesbian separatist movement going on there, and there were a couple of people there who appeared to be trans, and I know now that one for sure is trans. But they were not particularly nice to Billy, were they? Like, you were either a lesbian or you weren't, and if you weren't, you kind of were no part of their community. It struck me as a real divide, but that's my opinion. I don't know, what did you think?
Billy did seem kind of alienated.
Yeah. And I was sitting there with Christine at the wedding, and I said, what an interesting crowd of people. I said, it's such a diverse crowd. And she looked at me and she said, no, it isn't. It's all white lesbians. Like, there's no diversity here at all. And I was howling because I thought that was true. Okay, do you feel more understood by LGBT in general than straight individuals? No, I wouldn't say that. I take people for what, I don't...
They're straight and narrow, and then they're straight.
Right. So, for instance, my mother is straight, right, Mom?
I would think so.
Actually, no, you're LGBTQ. You are. That is true.
Since when?
You wouldn't kick a pretty woman out of your bed for eating crackers, would you?
If she was in a magazine.
Can you hear this?
Not in real life.
She's Catholic. She's not.
Mom's Catholic. She's not. Okay, but I have a lot of straight but not narrow people in my life. So people who accept me for who I am, and then I don't know that I have a lot of gay people in my life. Really. And they seem to accept me as I am too, but they're all because I am attracted to the kind of people who accept me for who I am.
We're here out in the country, and I said to Joe, doesn't it strike you as a little bit odd? You know, you're living alone out in the country, you're a woman, and, you know, anything, you leave your door unlocked, and she says, well, I'm not a woman. And I thought, oh, I forgot. I forgot you don't identify as a woman.
I know, people forget that a lot.
I gotta forget. I have to remember that.
But I really genuinely don't. So it wasn't. I wasn't trying to be a smartass. Like she was asking me this strange question, like as, don't you think it's weird for a woman? And I guess it's weird for a woman to be out in the country alone, but I'm not one, so you're not asking me specifically, are you?
The point was, why aren't you afraid? But I guess you don't live in a fear-based
I'm not afraid to make a stand. Okay. Is there anything else I want to say? Trans and genderqueer people should be lumped into the LGBTQ acronym. I guess, for lack of a better place to put it, sure, because I have always felt quite welcome in the gay world, even though I'm not gay. I've always felt, that it's a nice place to be.
Because they make a beeline for you.
Yeah. It's a nice place to be because people seem to be more accepting and kinder of variances.
Remember that guy, Chris, who said, am I mistaken in assuming you're a lesbian?
Oh, yeah.
When he met. That was kind of funny.
That was funny.
And I'm much more of a lesbian than you'll ever be.
Exactly. I've never kissed a girl, for example.
And no one ever thinks of me as a lesbian. Ever.
Yeah.
That I know of. I think.
I'm like, my head is this much bigger than yours, because look how can you see this in the camera?
Yeah, but you're closer.
I know, I really should lean back. Because we're the same boobs, but that's about it.
Rack-a-lamb.
Okay, so that's it this week. You got to meet my sibling, and you got to hear my mom, who's like, don't put the camera on me. And look who's about to show up for the last part. Oh.
Face the camera, boy.
Oh, he's in a lot of our videos. Stanley likes it
Does
when
he
I
look
start
at the camera?
talking.
Our
Yeah,
cats
he
are
does.
genderqueer.
They are.
They've been altered a little bit.
That doesn't mean they're gender.
I've been
Okay,
altered.
see, that's
I've been
the
altered, so
top.
have you.
She's jumping to conclusions.
Yes, I'm sorry. I
Okay,
am.
that's all right.
Please educate me.
Bye, you guys. See you next week.